Hi guys, and welcome back to another tutorial brought to you by Reallusion, hosted by iClone 3D. I'm Trista Ross, and today we're going to be looking at how we can get a character to walk up and down stairs. And that's a very simple process and a really cool way to kind of get your character walking different kind of height maps. So if you want to, do stairs, or maybe he's walking up a hill, you can use this same function here to achieve that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play the video in front of us, and you can see our character is going to walk along this scene and, with the hopes of going down the stairs. Now, of course, you can see here the character doesn't actually follow the motion down the stairs. And the reason that is because we have to actually set the motion direction of the clip. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on the motion direction control down here, and that's going to bring up this little tab here. And then what we can do is we can go to the point in the timeline where the character is about to go down the steps, and we'll break the clip here. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to use the rotate gizmo to angle that down. Now you can see that changes the position of the character, and now you'll see the character walks down the stairs. Now, of course, it's not perfect. There's a few issues that we're going to need to fix, but what we want to first do is at this point here, we just want to again break the clip, because what we're going to do is then get the character to align back in his normal position, as if he would naturally do when he's walking down the stairs. So we're just going to break the clip. We're going to change the x-axis to 0 and the z-axis to 0, and then we'll see the character comes back to that same level. Now you can see there's a little bit of popping going on as the character kind of gets to the two positions. You can see, the character, the animation pops a little bit. Now we can get rid of that really easy, quite simple to do. And what we want to do is basically just get to the point and drag the two clips together just to create some nice blending. And we're going to further extend these two little clips here, and that will just blend them perfectly. And when we play that back, you'll see that popping now disappears. So it's just really easy to do. And then we can come to the final point here and do the exact same thing. We'll just drag the clips over each other, and then we'll use these two little indicators here to further blend that. And you can see that blends really nicely. If we watch that back, you'll see the character now is walking down the stairs. So it looks really, really cool. Of course, what we can do now is just flatten the motion, and we can bake that into one clip. And then what we're going to do, of course, is we want to actually focus on getting the character's feet to attach to the floor. You can see now they go through the mesh at different stages. So we can just turn on our foot contact here, and that will then correlate the relation between the character's foot and the floor. Firstly, we're going to convert the steps to a terrain, and then we'll turn on the foot contact here, and you'll see the feet straight away react with the floor. They're no longer going through the mesh. Now just remember to always convert the stairs to a terrain, or your prop to a terrain if it's not already converted, and that will give it the physics that it needs so the character's foot can connect with the floor. So what we want to do now, of course, is just some minuscule adjustments just to ensure that, the feet correctly impact the floor. As you can see here, they kind of do bend a little bit. So we're just going to create a new animation layer, and we're just going to adjust the character's position and his body height just to get a little bit of kind of custom movement down the stairs. You can tweak this how you please. And then what we're going to do is, you can see the feet are not really connecting with the floor properly, or they're connecting but they're going too far through the floor, which is causing them to bend. So we just want to raise that foot up a little bit by using our edit motion layer. We're going to come to the exact points where we're seeing the issues about here. As you can see, it squashes through the floor. We're just going to raise that a little bit, and now you can see that's nicely raised. And again, at this point, we're just going to raise it a little bit higher, and that will then get perfectly over that step. And we can just tweak as we need as we go along. And you can see now that that looks perfect. It looks like it's going past the step. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to reset the clip, and when you reset that, that will go back to its original position, so the foot will then make contact with the floor. And we can just adjust prior, just before the foot contacts the floor, we can just make the little adjustment to raise the foot up a little bit. We'll do the same for the other foot, and we're just basically tweaking as we go along. When we see the issues popping up, we're raising them up a little bit with the edit motion layer, and then we're resetting that to ensure the foot connects back with the floor. And in between, you may need to make little minuscule adjustments, but you can just do that using the edit motion layer. And then you'll see the character walks down the stairs really nicely. Now in this next part, what we're going to do is we can see there is some foot sliding going on. So we want to kind of fix the foot sliding moments, and we can do that very simply. Again, as many of these tutorials over this season have actually displayed, we can use the motion correction and we can actually fix the foot sliding. We'll leave the settings as they are and just hit correct, and you can see that creates the footprints for us. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to be adjusting. So if we play it, you can see it's not quite accurate the way it hits the floor, so we just want to use the edit motion layer again just to adjust that, and we can adjust this slightly and just get that foot more connected to the floor. And if you see that back, that looks like it connects a lot better with the floor. There's still a bit of sliding going on, and we can use the reach targets here to just adjust them and bring them in a little bit sooner, and that will ensure the foot connects with the floor a little bit earlier. And you know, that will avoid that foot sliding that we're seeing. As you can see now, that completely eliminates that. And what we're going to do is the same thing for the other foot here. We're just going to adjust the ending and just let that release a little bit later on the first foot, and you can see that now just releases a little bit later and gives us that perfect contact with the floor. So, and again, we can watch it back and you can see, you know, it really looks cool, and it really fixes that issue, that sliding issue, really quickly, really easy. And if we play it, you can see the character walks down the stairs. And if we actually look at them side by side, you'll see, you know, the massive difference and how easy it is just to make the characters walk down the stairs. Didn't take very long at all. We're just using the motion direction control to change the angle of which the character walks down. We're then blending the clips together just to avoid that popping issue. And, you know, doing a bit of edit motion layer to adjust the feet using the foot contact with the floor. And we're simply then using motion foot correction to correct the footsteps and ensure there's no foot sliding. So really simple to do if you follow the tutorial. Really hope it helps, and really hope to see you guys again soon for another tutorial.